Hello, I'm Ted Lederer of the Elliott Lewis Gallery in Vancouver, and I'm with
Deborah McDonald, and we're here for It's All About Art. Today we're in the Tsawwassen studio of Peter John Voormeij.
That's right.
Hi.
Hi.
We're in your studio here, and this is abstract work.
Yes.
But you have an academic background and a
Yes.
painting background that precedes abstract work.
Oh, yes.
So maybe talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, this is not unique anyway. I mean, most abstract artists have had an academic background, because normally you can only abstract what you realize is real. I mean, how can you abstract out of nothing? So most artists that I know of, including the great ones like Rothko, de Kooning, even Picasso, they all had academic training. And you reach a certain point, at least I did, that suddenly you can't say anything else anymore with realism. Sort of hit a dead end. You know, camera can do a better job most of the time. So you delve deeper, and that's where abstraction comes in.
Was there a turning point for you?
Yeah, that was in Montreal when I was studying my master's at Concordia. I got introduced to Frank Stella, all the great New York artists from that time. I couldn't believe it. And you know, my whole vision changed completely. So I was a realist up to that point, even in my master's program. And suddenly I threw everything overboard and started to do blank canvases, very large ones, shaped canvases. And they were so successful that I just kept going. So,
Peter, one of the things that I, as a gallery owner, that I continually marvel at is that when we have abstract paintings on the wall, I'll occasionally have somebody who's not, say, knowledgeable about art, and they'll come in and they'll say, my 5-year-old can do that.
Maybe you should explain to them what abstract art can be compared to, as I do. If a person says that to me, I said, think about music. If you have Bob Dylan singing or Leonard Cohen, you can listen to the text. I'm Your Man, you know, that's a great song and it really moves you in. It's realism.
Yes.
But if you listen to Dvorak, Rachmaninoff, there's no text. Or Beethoven, you get da-da-da-da. You get these emotions, the power, and there are no words, and you still love it. And that's abstract. So I compare it like that. And people understand it a lot better, I found.
Talk to us a little bit about Through Dutch Eyes too, and what thematically is there for you.
It's the influence of my Dutch background. I grew up with Dutch art. It was all around me, and for some reason the broadness, the texture, the colors, the sense of space, everything you can put in an abstract painting. It is part of my soil. So I mean, I walk whenever I'm in Amsterdam, and I go in areas where I know Rembrandt walked. It's incredible. I had a studio a number of years ago in Dordrecht, which is the oldest place in the Netherlands. And my next door neighbor was Rembrandt's pupil, and 2 doors further up, Van Gogh had worked. So you cannot help but sort of feel the tension of these great people permeate through you. Yeah, this work that I'm showing now is primarily based on Mondrian. I decided to do this because he believed he had an utopian dream, and he believed that art should be continuously viewed with open mind, thinking and analyzing what you can do with space. So yeah, I base it mainly on his work, on his ideas. The thing is with Mondrian, I keep saying it over and over again, he was able to weigh color in a composition, much like if you have a pound of lead and a pound of feathers. The weight is identical, but the mass is different, right?
Yes.
I mean, a pound of feathers would be this big. And he did that in his work. That's why his paintings, he has an intense little block of incredible bright red weighing up against a large area of pale yellow. And it's a perfect balance. And that's another thing that I looked at when I was painting. I wanted all these small paintings especially balanced. The thing is, you take out of what this person has put into his work, his philosophy, and you work with that. I mean, this is closer in some ways to Rembrandt than it would be to Mondrian, stylistically speaking. I mean, the texture, the colors, and I think of Rembrandt as well. I try to do the lead and the feathers in my way, but obviously I analyzed that Mondrian was doing just that. So it's sort of like my discovery in a way, I guess. It's like reinventing the wheel.
The paintings use different color palettes. So in other words, some of them are in this color palette, and some are in a much richer, more vibrant, and yet you seem to have a fluidity between the two.
Yeah, I've got a completely blue one too. All these things, of course, are done on purpose. The reds come back every time. So your eye travels, even the signature is part of it.
Do moods dictate your color palette?
Moods, not really. I'm not an artist that needs to suffer in order to paint. As a matter of fact, when I suffer, I can't paint.
So when did you actually move from Amsterdam?
88.
Prior to coming to Canada, what did you do in Amsterdam?
I was teaching there at the Royal Art Academy.
Okay.
And at the University of Utrecht. I was teaching painting and printmaking. When I came to Canada, I decided no more teaching. I did a little stint of teaching, a little bit in Debussy, did some at Langara.
I noticed in your collections that you have work in the Vatican collection.
Yes.
As well as the John Lennon.
Yes.
Can
I
you
met John Lennon. Met him while I was in Montreal.
Oh.
It was quite fun. He purchased one of my works, and then my wife, we were very young. She wanted to bring it personally, so I asked permission, and we were allowed in the Queen Elizabeth Hotel.
Oh, is this
at the same time as
this is when the bed-in was happening.
Yeah, the bed-in. I was introduced to the Smothers Brothers and Timothy Leary,
So
and he actually sang a song with my ex-wife's name in it because he liked her name.
You've done some very large and important works in Holland,
yes,
and been recognized for those. There was work you did at The Hague.
Oh, that was commissioned by the government of the Netherlands to paint 1 kilometer of ceilings in the Palace of the Queen.
Right, of ceilings.
Ceilings, yeah. I painted
So were you literally, on your back?
I was on my back, yeah. I had great empathy with Michelangelo at one point, except mine was not as high as his. I mean, the height of the ceiling was about, I guess about 5 meters, which is not that high.
30 feet.
If you compare it to the Sistine Chapel. So that's where the comparison definitely stopped. But I had great neck and shoulder muscles at that point when I was finished. It's true, you know, standing like that. Yeah.
Peter, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, it's my pleasure too. And same with you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm Ted Lederer. I'm here today with Devorah MacDonald. And we have been in conversation with Peter John Voormeij, artist.
And that's It's All About Art. Thanks for joining us.